Hey there, I'm Miss Bizz, and this is a quick and dirty guide to enchanting in Elder Scrolls Online. This guide is pretty basic, although I do have an extended enchanting guide for those who need a little more information or just want to know more. The enchanting craft in ESO is how you can create glyphs to apply to your armor, weapons, and jewelry. To craft a glyph, you're going to need 3 different runes. These can be found by harvesting resource nodes, purchasing them from other players, or, for potency runes, purchasing them from enchanter NPCs. The 3 runes you need are aspect runes, potency runes, and essence runes. When you harvest a rune stone, you will always receive an aspect and essence rune, and you have a 33% chance to also receive a potency rune. The potency rune will match either your character level or your crafting level. It'll match the highest level of glyph you are able to create, in other words. So what do all these different runes do? When harvesting a rune stone, you will always receive an aspect rune. Once harvested and in your inventory, these will be a circle shape, like this Donata here. Aspect runes are what determines the quality, or the color, other words, of your glyph. Potency runes have a 33% chance of being harvested from a rune stone. You can also purchase rune stones from NPC enchanting vendors, like you can see here. Once harvested, the icon will be square. Potency runes determine the level range of the glyph. For each level range, there are 2 potency runes. One is considered additive, and one is considered subtractive. The level of the glyph needs to match the level of the item you are applying it to, not your character level. You are able to apply lower level glyphs to higher level items, but keep in mind, it will not be as strong as putting a glyph of the appropriate level on that high level item. Essence runes will also be harvested every time you harvest a rune stone, like this one you can see me doing here. They are recognized in your inventory by their triangle shape. The stat or element of a glyph is determined by the essence rune. Now it's time to actually put that enchanting craft to work and actually craft a glyph. So what you'll need to do is find an enchanting station just like this, or look for this icon on the map. When you first start enchanting, your character will not know anything about the runes. You will need to experiment, or Google, to find out what level each potency rune will make, and what stat or element a specific essence rune represents. For aspect, you will not know the translations, but these do follow your normal quality order, from white to green, blue to purple, which is epic, to gold, which is legendary. Fortunately, once you actually craft a glyph, you will be able to see what that glyph creates. As well, you will learn what the translation is. Let's put that to work right now.
Edode, Huoko, Ta.
As you can see, I now figured out what this potency rune does, as well as the element for this rune. We can also see that now this makes a level 25 glyph. You will only see this when you actually put it in and it shows a glyph that can be made. Keep in mind, there is no way to fail making a glyph. Every possible combination of runes will craft a glyph. After creating a glyph, you can put those same 3 runes back and it will now show you what glyph will be created. So I'm pretty sure you don't want to spend all your time and all your runes just guessing at what you're making, so I'll show you a little bit of how enchanting actually works. Potency runes change what a glyph actually does in a sense. I can use the same aspect and essence runes in a glyph, and using an additive potency rune will yield a glyph that adds magicka recovery, and changing only the potency rune out for a subtractive one will change the glyph to reduce magicka cost of spells. To craft an armor glyph, you will need an additive rune. Weapon and jewelry glyphs can be created with either subtractive or additive runes. Once you have crafted a glyph, you can apply it to any item of the appropriate level, either in your inventory or currently being worn, by right-clicking and selecting Enchant. So here you would like to select the glyph you want to use, and then press E or Enchant. Glyphs are consumable and will disappear once you use it. After using your enchanted weapon for a while, you will notice there's a bar that goes down. Here you see that your enchantment is fully charged. Here it's been used up a little bit. Now, this only applies to weapons. You'll notice that the bar on your armor is actually for your armor value, so there's no need to recharge enchantments on armor or jewelry. You will need to do it for your weapons though. To recharge an item, you just right-click, select charge, select a soul gem, and charge it up. As your weapon slowly loses charge, it will not be less effective. What happens is that when the bar completely depletes, your enchantment will no longer proc, meaning it will no longer happen, as if it wasn't there. Just so you know, for armor glyphs, it actually depends on what you put the glyph on. I put a truly superb glyph of health on both this robe and on this sash. You will notice that the robe gets a lot more health than the sash does. Armor glyphs that are applied to the head, chest, legs, or shield will yield the full glyph tooltip bonus, but glyphs applied to all the other armor pieces will yield smaller results than stated on the tooltip. You can deconstruct glyphs, which is a good source of inspiration, especially because enchanting is normally the craft that takes the longest to level. You do have a chance to get runes from deconstruction, and you can invest skill points in a passive in the skill tree to yield a better return. Thanks for tuning in to my quick enchanting guide. And if you're looking for a full look at the skill tree or just more details than you found out here, be sure to check out my extended guide for enchanting. Bye for now!